What's up, True Feelings family? How you guys doing today? Listen, let's get into the Yahwehs and what they got going on. But before we do that, let's reintroduce ourselves to his little harem of females that he got surrounding him, taking care of him. First one that fell in love is Yahweh the Bash. She is 44, currently pregnant with a baby due any day. And then we have Jasmine, 35, the second one who fell in love. Also the second one in command. And then we have Madi, 31, the third one who came in, the problem child, the middle child. And then at the end, the little snow bunny, we got Crystal, 38, and that is his mates. Y'all, here's one thing I would like to know. Because they all say they put money in the bucket. Who does what? Who going to work? Who taking care of these 18 damn kids when people at work? Do he got some hired nannies? That's all I'd like to know, because that's a whole lot of people in that dang old family. Them kids got to just have the most fun ever, like they at camp every day of their doggone lives. So let's talk about the OGs. Now the OGs, they could care less about who old boy is sleeping with, how much time he's spending with one another, most likely because they got the kids, they had them the longest, and they don't care. Plus, you got Jasmine. She the freaky one of the group. She's servicing everybody when he ain't around. So she like the second in command. She in charge of the girls, so to speak. Now, the fact that they say they just do it with each other, it just sounds like a whole bunch of little cesspool. And I hope everybody got their pH in balance and everything. I just figured when you with a whole bunch of women, you know, when we work with women, when I used to have a cycle, we all be on it together. So I don't know what kind of, what he getting out of the whole deal. It's every month, everybody tripping for 3 to 7 damn days. So the problem child is old girl Madi. Madi was the third one in. She like that middle child that she feel like nobody paying attention to her, but they paying attention, you know, to the youngest one that just came in, being that Crystal was the last one that came in. And since she's been there, she's already had a baby. Because that's one of Madi's issues. She got a kid, but she want a kid like everybody else so she can really feel a part of the family. So last week, Crystal told on Poetic, hey, it's our anniversary. I want to celebrate our anniversary. What we going to do for our anniversary? Now, all the other girls is looking puzzled. They said since we've known Poetic, we never celebrated no anniversaries. And according to him, he says, I got too much going on. I'm not going to remember this shit. But if she says our anniversary, damn it, then it's our anniversary. We're just going to take her ass out to eat so everybody can just like be happy. So she could be happy. Now, meanwhile, you got Madi over there jealous as shit. Mainly, I don't think she'd be so upset if she had a baby. She just feeling like she's the last one in, and she's feeling like the girl is getting all the attention. And according to the receipts, he crept in her room on a Monday, a Tuesday, damn Thursday. So you can see why the girl is upset, but you can see him, he's like, he don't have no rules with these girls. He don't have no schedule. He do what he want to do, who he want to do it with, and when he want to do it. And on top of that, the little slimy could still go out and date and get puss from other places, and they can't say shit because that's the type of life that they lead. So in episode 2, they're giving, what's her name, Yahweh the Bat, whatever their damn name is, the first one, they're giving her baby reveal. You know what, we weren't doing that stuff when I was having babies 30-something years ago. But anyway, they having another girl, which is kind of putting that little other girl, Madi, in their feelings because she really want a baby real bad. So she got together after this party with the other one, Jasmine, the woman head of the girls, telling her how she felt about everything. And they talked about maybe if we, you know, look at our finances, since she and she and Poetic, they are the ones that's in charge of the money bucket. So it's between her and him to discuss what kind of money they got in that bucket to see if they could pay for IVF, since IVF is very, very expensive. So like I said, it's more about that than her just being jealous of Crystal. If she had a baby like everybody else did, then she wouldn't feel so left out. So he take her ass out on a date. And this is when I see him as being a complete a-hole. He was a complete a-hole. But where she effed up was bringing in Crystal on a date. You should have left your date as your date. Nobody else's name should have came up in that date. That's something maybe you could have talked about after all the romanticals and shit. But she decided to let him know, I feel like you don't spend enough time with me. And I feel like you spending more time with Crystal. So now that he's the type of Negro that if you put his back against the wall, he just gonna come back at you and make you feel about guilty about the shit you doing. Instead of taking a look and hearing what she's saying, he doubles back and says, well, you do this, I give you this, and blah, blah, you still ain't satisfied. Versus just listening. That's a hard ass relationship to be in. So the least he can do is listen. But see, he think he the king of his castle, and these bras is on his time. He not on their time. So now this conversation is going nowhere. And my advice to anybody, like I said, I've been with my husband almost 30 years. When it gets to a level where it's this and that, it's time to stop talking. Because at this point, no one is going to say anything to each other that they're willing to listen to or sound like it's going to be nice. So at that point, everybody just need to close their mouth and shut it and separate. Which she did. She had to walk away. And as she's walking away, he's sitting there talking shit. Well, maybe you ain't built for this life. You knew what this life was about. Kick rocks, blah, blah. Like he just didn't care. So then when she came back after cooling off, she wanted the cameras off. And how disrespectful. He just treated her like she really just got there. He wouldn't turn the cameras off. He didn't even look this girl in the face. And she's like, bitch, how can you do this to me? How can you do this to me, Cletus? You don't do this to anybody else. And again, she brought up Crystal. You wouldn't do this to Crystal. And that is your problem. And this is where he's going to get fed up. He got 18 kids and 4 of y'all. One of y'all can go missing. I don't think he'll give a shit because it seemed like he on the hunt any damn way. Okay? That's what's happening right now. So it's like, girl, you need to make a decision. Either get over your jealousy shit, get over it, try to figure out a plan or something, but you need to knock it off because at this point, the way he was acting, the way he ignored you and walked away from you, you just got there. So let's flip the page to Trent, Kami, and Nita. Now, for the life of me, I don't know what would possess them to have a coming out party. They live in LA. They left their little compound of Christians. They in LA and they think that them people is going to go with their invitation to come be part of we coming out party. When your family members told you you're a block, don't call. I think everything you're doing is nasty and it's just a big ass sin and you're doing too much, which in my opinion, all on the TV, you're just doing too much. If you do what you do in your privacy of your home, that's just fine. But you don't put it out there for all the other Christian people to look at and to judge. You know how Christian people do. They gonna judge your ass. So the only people coming to this party is her kids. Thank God for that. But that's, at the end of the day, I would rather have the support of all my children than some funky ass, fake ass family Christians who's gonna say what they said about me losing my son as being because I was sent. Like, seriously, I'm still hiding. I don't even know these people. But oh my God, that was so disrespectful. I'm like, don't you ever call me. And if I see you, it might be on sight. But that's just me and my ignorant ass. Sorry. That was just too much to tell anybody. My mother lost my brother. So just hearing that, like, if someone had told my mama that shit, oh my God. We still have problems, okay? We will still have issues. So I wouldn't even want to talk to their funky ass. And I would be glad that they would be out my life. Like, I could take a lot of shit, and I'm sure they can. But that is crossing the line when somebody has lost their whole other part of their heart. Is to say, because it's probably because of your sin. Baby. Unforgivable. Like I said, I would have went and wrote on the church and pissed and threw shit. I would have did all kind of little bad stuff to them damn people saying something. So just be happy that you got your kids to be there to support your foolishness. But I will say this. I'd be careful of Anita. Nita has a lot of baggage. Nita still has not worked on herself. To me, I feel like she's somewhere sneaking in her addiction. That's just how I'm feeling about it with the whole 3 DUIs and they ignorant ass getting liquor. At the end of the day, Kami is never leaving her husband to be with her. She has nothing to offer Kami. Did you see the little clip where Nita was having a conversation with her and said, you know what, I came into this relationship because I'm a lesbian, okay? Basically, she's saying, I want you to return what I'm giving to you. I'm taking an L on your husband because I wanted you. But Kami is not leaving her husband to be with somebody that don't have a job, no goals, nothing going on. Basically, in my opinion, she's just a play toy for the both of them. Okay? If you agree, please let me know. I feel like she's just a play toy and they're having fun. They're in their 50s, midlife crisis or not. They've been good people, been praising the Lord, and they're just doing something real different and it feels good. And they enjoying it. But Kami will never leave that man for that woman. She's just not going to do it. But anyway, they asked the son to officiate their wedding since the mom and dad officiated the son's and his wife's wedding, and which they gonna do. But they shouldn't expecting anybody to come to the damn party. And don't be ignorant because invite them to the wedding because they ain't gonna come. They're not gonna come, okay? So just knock it off. Go live your life. Be happy. But stop sinning so much all on the TV. Y'all need to calm down a lot. But that girl got a problem with something. So they need to watch her. Something about her that, anybody who draw on their eyebrows like that, something wrong with them. That's all I'm saying. Don't be an asshole, y'all. Bye.